Amazing. How do you do it, Kakarot? You've always been like this, ever since the day I first met you. Always ready to meet the next challenge, even if it's bigger than you are. So we meet at last. We have been expecting you, Kakarot. We were beginning to think you wouldn't show. Hopefully now things will get more interesting around here. How can this be happening? I am a super elite, the prince of all Saiyans! It was the same on Namek. You had improved so much that it made Raccoon look like he was standing still. Your power had increased so dramatically since our battle on Earth that I thought you had done it. I thought that you had become a Super Saiyan. It tore me apart. How could a low-class soldier accomplish so easily what I had struggled my whole life to achieve? Then at last it happened. I too transformed. After living every moment of every day for the singular purpose of surpassing you, I finally became a Super Saiyan myself. The prince had reclaimed his throne and fulfilled his destiny. But no matter how strong I became, your power still exceeded mine. At first, I thought it was your loved ones, that it was your instinct to protect them that spurred you on and pushed you beyond your limits. But then I found myself with a family of my own, and my power didn't increase at all. I used to fight for the sheer pleasure of it, for the thrill of the hunt. Oh, I had the strength unmeasurable. I spared no one. And yet, you showed mercy to everyone. Even your fiercest enemies. Even me. Yet you never fought to kill, nor for revenge. Only to test your limits, and to push yourself beyond them, to become the strongest you could possibly be. How can a Saiyan fight like that, and at the same time be so gentle that he wouldn't hurt a fly? Oh, it makes me angry just thinking about it. But perhaps it is my anger that has made me blind to the truth for so long. I see it now. This day has made it all too clear. You're better than me, Kakarot.
I like to give all honor and praises and glory unto the Most High. And, with everything that, I watch nowadays, I could always, incorporate the scriptures into it, man, no matter what it is now. Before I wasn't able to do that. But, as I was watching this little Dragon Ball Z clip right here, it stood out to me because you can see, well, let's start and say, like, a Saiyan, that's what these two men were. Those are elite classes of warriors, man. That's what they were. They were Saiyans. And, Vegeta, like he was saying in the video, he spent his entire life, man, trying to outdo Goku, man. And for some odd reason, he could never outdo him, man. Even when they first met, like you said, how can a low class soldier, outdo me? I'm the prince of all Saiyans, you know what I mean? So you see, Vegeta was filled with a lot of pride, man, and Goku, the way he went about things, like, he didn't care about power. He didn't care about, trying to outdo the next man, you know what I mean? And Vegeta, like I was saying, he was always trying to figure out what is it about this guy that makes him so powerful, man. And you see the things that he started naming out in a video, like, hey, I thought it was his family at first, but then again, it wasn't his family. Because I went and got a family on my own, and you know what I mean, it wasn't that. And you know, as I was watching it, I'm saying like, yo, the way I could correlate to what you know what I mean Vegeta's trying to find out that he's missing is the 7 fruits of the spirit, man. You know what I mean? So let's bring that up real quick. So you see right here, Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So Goku had these things, man. You know what I mean? And plus more, you know what I mean? That's what made him a good leader. That's why he was so powerful. You know what I mean? And that's that. You know, you could always correlate those things with a lot of the men that the Most High deals with. You know, and you know, I kind of look at Goku as, for example, as somebody like David, because you know what Vegeta was saying, like, yo, even when you showed mercy even onto your enemies, even onto me. You know what I mean? You know, and what does that remind you of? David and Saul. You know what I mean? David had many ample opportunities to kill Saul. You know what I mean? And you know, he didn't do it, man. He spared his life. You know, and Vegeta, he just couldn't understand that. You know what I mean? Because he was wicked, man. You know what I mean? And you know, like he was saying in the video too, all he did with his power when he was on the earth was, just brute strength, destroying everything. I mean, trying to prove that he's the baddest, he's the toughest, always trying to outdo Goku. You know what I mean? And Goku, he never really cared. And that's like Satan. Satan always copying, what the Most High does. Like, you know what I mean? Why can't I? And he couldn't never figure out, why can I outdo him, man? You know what I mean? Why can I not outdo this guy? You know what I mean? I'm at the top. I'm a Saiyan, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And he even said at one point, it got to the point to where he was so powerful that he thought he reached Super Saiyan. And Goku wasn't even on that level yet, man. You know? And this is the kind of power that the Most High bestowed upon his men. You know what I mean? Vegeta was saying, like, look, how can somebody so powerful be so gentle, man? You know what I mean? How can somebody so powerful be so gentle? And once again, it reminded me, you know what I mean, of the men of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? David wrote all those Psalms. You know what I mean? He wrote all of those Psalms, man. But when it was time to go, that same David will be the one to cut your damn head off, man. You mean? And slay tens of thousands, man. So he had a balance to him that Vegeta couldn't understand. And this is what the wicked don't understand. They don't understand the balance, man. You know what I mean? He couldn't understand it, man. You know, and I was sitting out here just laughing like, yo, you mean? He had the fruit of the spirits, man. You know what I mean? So and Vegeta was, he was powerful too. Just like how these devils out here think they powerful, you know what I mean, and they have all this power. Yeah, they have power, you know what I mean? But you're never gonna be able to out trump the the servants of the Lord, man. You're never gonna be able to. That's why, that's why the Most High risen, he chose people like David, man. You know? And to be honest, David had other brothers that fit the mold for a warrior. Because I remember when who was it? It was the prophet Samuel came to his house to anoint David. He was trying to find the next king. You know, David's brothers was all in the room, and Samuel automatically went to one of them. Like, oh yeah, this gotta be the guy right here. He's tall. Look at his face. Look at his countenance. Man, he's strong. This gotta be the next king. And the Most High was like, nah, it's not him. So he went to the next brother. Nah, it's not him. It's not him. And then he asked their father, like, hey, you have any more sons? He's like, yeah. It's one outside in the back, man, tending to the shepherds. And then so Samuel was like, yo, bring him in. And that's the one that the Most High choose. So it's not always about looking the part, man. The Most High tries the hearts of men. You know what I mean? And that's why this is something that the wicked don't understand, man. How can you have all this power and not abuse it like me? He said it wasn't about getting revenge with Goku, man. You know what I mean? He showed mercy onto his enemies. And that's why the Most High said only those who have shown mercy will receive mercy on that day, man. So, you know what I mean? Let's keep going, man. Proverbs 14:29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly, man. So you see, you mean Goku was a man of understanding, man. Goku was a man of understanding, you know. You know what I mean, because he was slow to wrath. But Vegeta, on the other hand, you know, he was foolish in the things that he did, man. You know, in his actions, you know. And in this simple cartoon right here, you know what I mean, as simple as it may seem that people don't even take these things serious, I mean, it spoke truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And what this, you know, sums up was like, yo, Goku was like a hero, man. Like, and heroes are only born, I mean, out of strife, man, and in times of trouble, man. You know, and that's the only time you've seen Goku really come to the plate to help others out, man. He wasn't just out there just wrecking havoc on everything and creating chaos, man. And that's what Vegeta was. Vegeta was like, yo, he was similar to Agent of Chaos. So we're gonna take a look at this next clip, you know. And this is like, you know what I mean, when Vegeta's he's at the end of his life. We're gonna take a look at this.
There is one thing I'd like to know. Tell me, will I meet that clown Kakarot in the other world?
I'm not going to lie to you, Vegeta, although the answer may be difficult for you to hear. This is the truth. Goku devoted his life to protecting the lives of others. Because of his selflessness, when he died, he was allowed to keep his body and travel to King Kai's planet. You, on the other hand, have spent your life in pursuit of your own selfish desires. You've caused too much pain. When you die, you will not receive the same reward.
Oh well. So be it. That will be all. Get out of here, and hurry!
Well, you see in this clip right here, you know, Vegeta's at the end of his life, you know, and, you know, and at the end of his life, he's about to die. He's asking Piccolo, I mean, am I going to see Kakarot when I die? Kakarot, that's another name for Goku. You know, that's what they call him too. And Piccolo kept it 100 with him. He said, look, man, you know, Goku, he devoted his life to helping others, man. You mean, he lived a life of righteousness, man. A righteous life. You, on the other hand, you caused too much pain and havoc on the earth, man. Everything you did was for your selfish desire and selfish gain, man. So you're not gonna go where he's going. You're not going to that place. You know what I mean? So you see, and you heard what he said. He said, yo, Goku was allowed to retain his body, man. I mean, when he went to I think it was King Kai's place. So what's that sound like? That sounds like, yo, you know, the Most High giving us those new spiritual bodies. We're allowed to retain our body, man. You know what I mean? And get a new body to live in the afterlife. You know, but he wasn't allowed to do that, man. You know, they're going two different places, and that what that sums up right there was I mean, no matter how bad he thought he was, or all the wicked thing they are, you mean, Ecclesiastes 3:11, eternity is set in the hearts of all men. You know what I mean? He lived a life of wickedness, but he was still concerned about where he was going at the end. I mean, and I did a video on that. Eternity is set in the hearts of all men. You know? And whatchamacallit? So I like this right here. It says, an honorable death is better than a dishonorable life. So you see, Vegeta, he lived a dishonorable life, man. You know what I mean? And he still wanted to find out where he was going at the end. Man, and this is why I was going to be with a lot of the wicked, man. Where am I going? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He was a vessel of dishonor. And Goku, on the other hand, you know what I mean? He died an honorable death, man. An honorable death is better than a dishonorable life, man. So a lot, you know what I mean? So you see, a lot of these handlers out here, a lot of you gang stalkers, you know what I mean? You live the life of a dishonorable life, man. You live the life of dishonor. You know what I mean? And in the end, you're gonna wonder where you going, man. You know what I mean? Now you use these little simple cartoons right here and explain it to you, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. An honorable death is better than a dishonorable life, man. And you know that's why those saints died in that way. You know, then given, you know what I mean, like I said, like, you know, saints in the Bible, you know, they would rather they knew that, look, yeah, I might save my life, you know, but then I'll become a vessel of dishonor. And that's why the scripture says, if you seek to save your life, you're gonna lose it, man. You know, that's why they ended up just, hey, go ahead and just kill me. I mean, it was more better to die at that certain point in time than to try to save your life. I mean, and it be, yo, it's all vain. Even though you lived 20, 30 years after, it was all vain. I mean, it was a life of dishonor. So that's it, man. You know, I just had to get that one out, man. It was such an interest. Those two clips were so interesting, man. And I mean, I had to give all praises to the Most High, man. And that's it, man.